The most amazing part of this story is how the car aesthetically is right now is exactly how I sold it to Joe. So, you know, getting the car back, and apart from obviously the motor and gearbox and the car running under its own power now, really just been cleaning it up, getting it on the road, mod plated, registered, and, you know, being able to enjoy it. Hi, my name's Joel, and this is my 1974 Datsun 120Y. I originally bought the car in November of 2005 as an empty rolling shell. It was the first car that I ever wanted to sort of build or buy. The girl that I was dating at the time lived on a rural property, and it just so happened to be in the shed where I was staying, and I thought what a good way to pass some time is to build a car. Had the car on the road for a number of years in multiple different sort of paint schemes and engine combinations, sort of every P-plater does. In 2017, I pulled it off the road with plans to put an SR20 in it and, you know, make it a bit more of a, I guess, a weekend car and something that I could build with my son. As always, life plans change, and in 2019, decided to move from New South Wales to Queensland. And I just couldn't justify dragging a rolling car shell around, you know, trying to move a family. So I sold it to a wonderful guy named Joe, who happens to live in Toowoomba. And, you know, over the past few years, I've always kept in touch with Joe and, you know, seen that he'd been working on bits and pieces of the car. And in March of this year, had the opportunity to buy the car back. As similar circumstances, Joe was moving to Western Australia and I was able to buy my baby back. So before I sold the car to Joe, my mate Daniel from Impossible Fabrications had built the engine mounts in the tunnel to suit the SR20, and we had it all mocked up in there. And then since Joe had it, it's now been fitted with an Autech injected SR20, powered by Haltech, got a Nismo 6-speed in it, and that was completed by Street Race Solutions in Toowoomba. Rough power figure is around 200 horsepower at the wheels, which doesn't sound like a lot, but the car came with about 60 horsepower from factory, and it only weighs around 750 kilos. So it's got a pretty good power to weight ratio in there. Certainly want to keep, you know, the naturally aspirated path. Don't feel like putting a turbo on there is going to be of any benefit. At the end of the day, I want to be able to take son to school, sort of enjoy it. It's not going to be a track car. It's had multiple interiors over the years. Back when I was very young, it had a roll cage in it. It had big bucket seats in there with all of the fancy gauges and shift lights as you do. And when I was looking to put the SR in it, I'd seen a lot of nice clean Datsuns online, you know, with awesome engine packages, but still looked true to their heritage and reasonably standard. So, you know, retrimmed it very similar to a standard sort of, I guess, look. And, you know, interior wise, the only thing that really gives it away now is obviously the Haltech dash. Fella named Stu, who has a white 120Y that has an NA SR20 in it. And it was something that I followed for many years. You may have seen it's been featured on Stanceworks. But there was just something about the fact that it had the sunny grille, it had the sunny sort of badges, and, you know, the Japanese version is a Nissan B210. Kind of wanted to sort of follow that theme with the car. They're a 14x7 Cheviot Hotwire. They're the first set of wheels that I ever bought, and I just don't think I ever want to change them. They're something that I think for me just suits the car. They've got a whole heap of patina on it, which for me, the car's, you know, 51 years old. It's not supposed to be super shiny and perfect. So for me, the wheels just fit the car perfectly. I guess you'd put it as an authentic driving experience, especially with the variable cam timing. You know, it hits about sort of 4,500 RPM. The exhaust note changes and then you can't hear it because the intake noise is so wild. And there's just something about sort of having to drive it to enjoy it. So for me, you know, naturally aspirated is the way I'll keep it. It's got the majority of the Mad Dat catalogue in the front, so all of the adjustable arms. It's got brakes off a 200B, so bigger brakes on the front. Doesn't have coilovers, just has aftermarket springs and shocks in Datsun 180B struts. So a little bit of bits and pieces from different Datsun models. And then in the rear, just a set of custom-made leaves for the ride height, you know, just to sort of get the car sitting level. This car has multiple imperfections in it, but every imperfection is because of it's when I've done something myself or with the help of friends or family or when mates have helped. And if you build the car to be what you want it to be, you'll always be happy. If you build the car to what the general population wants, you'll always be chasing goals. So the first time we painted the car, got painted by my dad in the middle of a cow paddock under a portable tent. And it wasn't the greatest paint job in the world, but it was something that Dad and I did together. It was the first time I'd been involved in painting a car. There are still bits and pieces where that blue lives on, you know, that I haven't wanted to cover up, because for me it's a memory of the journey that the car's been on. The white, again, painted by my dad in a booth, you know, back when we were in Port Macquarie, back when, you know, Yahoo Japan and all of the auctions were great. So managed to buy a set off Yahoo Japan and got them shipped over. Same as things like the rear garnish and the front grille. You know, many late nights bidding on auctions for parts that were never delivered in Australia. I could send it to a panel shop, and I guess I could have them, you know, bare metal the car and completely respray it, but I like how it is now because of the memories that got formed on the journey that did it.